All right, all right, all right. Let's get this bad boy going. Good morning, everyone. Well, nobody's in here yet, but if you're watching this over, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you are in the world. It's Tuesday, so we're gonna be doing some analysis with the group, with the community, see what we can get going. Um, on Tuesdays, I don't particularly trade. It's against my rules to take trades on Tuesdays. So, yay, Marcus is in here already. What's good, brother? What's good? Let's go. Another day, another dollar. Holla. Shout out to you, Marcus, bro. You an OG. What's up? What's up, Marcus? How's your day going so far? You in any trades at all? You in any trades at all? You just chilling? Let me turn the screen around so we can look at some of the charts. Hope you're having a good time, my brother. Hope you're having a good time. But yeah, as I was saying, it's Tuesday. I don't trade. So what I do is I just work on other things, right? Other tasks, other things with the business stuff, and I just stay away from the charts. But I did promise the chat yesterday that I was going to come go live today and then kind of, you know what I mean? Like we could do some analysis and just chop it up and all that good stuff. So that's what we're doing. AJ said, let's see. Welcome, AJ. I don't know what you meant for let's see, but happy that you're here. We're going to be looking at the charts today. I'm actually going to be analyzing you guys' charts just to give a take because people want me to kind of try Forex. I don't trade Forex. I trade indices. But they're curious as to know whether or not my strategy works on Forex and also what my thoughts are on, some of the Forex pairs and stuff. So if you guys have any pairs that you guys want me to analyze or look at, by all means, what you think about Bitcoin or Bitcoin? Because I know like with crypto, there's a lot of meme coins and stuff like that. But if it's Bitcoin, we can take a good look at Bitcoin. BTC USD. If not, please correct me, Marcus. So we can take it from there. All right, let's see. So right off the bat, I can see here we were obviously going down. Let's see. Bitcoin. Okay, cool. We're going down. We started making our way back up, right? This is what we're doing. So I love to see stuff like this because it helps me to understand what price is intending to do. Okay, I always mark these things out just to get a flow of what's going on. I usually go to the daily. First, if I'm new to a pair, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the weekly and I'm going to look at it and say, okay, historically, how does this thing move? It's just a good way for me to understand how this thing breeds. So I can see that with Bitcoin, right off the bat, you can see price will skyrocket, taper all the way down, go up a little bit, down a little bit, then shoot back up, go down, shoot back up, tank, massive bull run, and now it's kind of consolidating within this range a little bit, right? It's kind of ranging a little bit within this area here. Okay, so this tells me that prices at some point, right, even though this is the weekly, at some point price is expected for another run. We've already broken these highs here for new all-time highs, so price will either drop a significant amount before going up, or it might, use some sort of point of interest in these areas here and then take it towards the upside. Now we can already see over here, again, this is just a weekly chart, but you can just kind of read it for what it is. And we can already see here that on the weekly, it tapped into a gap and it's making its way up. The question is, will this hold or will price, and go up, or will price just continue to fall down? So let's go down to the daily. Okay. On the daily, we can see, let me take these indicators off real quick. So we can see here on the daily that, again, price is in this range. And so as of right now, we've just come from a push downwards. This looks like it's some sort of a retracement. All right. So having that in mind, let's go down to the 1 hour. All right. Because overall price has been going down in this channel. So we can say this is, at least in this corrective channel, it's a bit of a downtrend. So we should be looking for some form of sells. Okay, when I was looking at the 1 hour before, I was showing you guys that price kind of came down, went up, down, up, down a little bit, up, down, up, and now it's here. Okay, so the question we have to ask ourselves is price going to do this? Oh, sorry. Is price going to do this and go up, right? Or is it going to look for something up here to go down. Oops. To go down like that, right? It could do a lot of different things. So here's what I'm going to do. Considering my overall mindset is that price is in a bit of a downtrend, I'm going to be looking for sells. Okay. That's honestly what I'm looking at. This is for the long term, guys. Well, I'll look at it as a scalper in a second because I know a lot of you guys scalp. But in the long term, this is what I'm looking at. I can see there's a nice gap right here. I do gaps. I don't really do order blocks, anything like that. So this is the next region that I'm going to be concerned for, that, you know, because price already tapped into here. As you can see, look, price already tapped into here. Okay. And is already reacted off of here. So there's a chance that price may want to come retest this again and shoot down, or it might blow through it to go up this way. But for the most part, I'm somewhat bullish. However, if I go down to the 15, right, we can see that for the meantime, price was doing this. Price was kind of in a bit of a bullish move, right? And then it came out of this channel and now it's doing this. So are we going to use something from here, right, to go down? Or are we going to break past this and go up? We already had news this morning at 8:30. And let's see what happened here at 8:30. Nothing really crazy, but I don't know if Bitcoin is affected by news like that. I need capital. Son of Basar said, I need capital to trade. Bro, we all do, man. I have personal accounts and I have challenge accounts and I have funded accounts, and capital is the reason why we all still go for these funding challenges, is because capital is key, man. You need capital or else. Because I remember my wife was asking me, babe, how come you don't just put money in your regular account and trade it? And I'm like, I mean, I could, but I'd bring home maybe like a couple $100s a month, because unless I'm willing to really just like stress that account and, you know, stretch it to its limits, it's not going to really produce much. And if I do that, it won't be sustainable, right? So that is how we are all, that's the position we're all in. All right, so come back to this analysis. So we had price, let me do it like this first. So we had price going up in this channel, as you guys can see, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, right? And then price started, you know, kind of making a little bit of a channel as always, and then it broke, okay? When it broke, you can see that it cleared some of these lows here, okay? Then it went like this, kind of went down a little bit, shot up, okay? And now it looks like it might start going down. So to me, again, my overall analysis on this is that it's bearish, okay? Unless price starts breaking these highs, okay? Unless price starts breaking these highs. We break this high, then we break this high, then we break this high, then I can start to think, okay, we might at least in the short term be pushing up towards some of these areas here. But for right now, I am bearish. So what I would look for next, is I would look for some point of interest, especially if I'm scalping around here, that I could possibly take to go down. Now, if it were here, let me go back to replay real quick. If price were somewhere here, then I could look at, you know, things like this, where I've drawn this. This I drew because obviously you can see the previous touches. But over here, I'm looking at some gaps and things like that. And I'm just looking to see how price responds when price gets to these areas, to see if I can catch like a nice quick scalp to go towards the downside. All right, so for example, when price gets into here, right, if we go down to the 1 minute, I'm waiting for some sort of candlestick pattern or something to tell me to go down, and then I would hop into a trade and take it towards the downside, right? Stuff like that. Any update on the Forex Funder account? No, but I am going to check if, because they said the migration should be over today. So I am going to check and see if the account, like the dashboard, is available. Son of Basra said, bro, where are you from? Guess. I would love to hear where you think I'm from. I'll tell you in a second, but guess where I'm from. So yeah, like that's what I would do. But for the meantime, let's go back to where we are in real time and let's see what we can analyze from there further. Okay, so here we are once again. You can see price kind of came into this, and as you can see here, price, the area that I marked up, is shot down from. Okay, so that's what I'd be looking for. Then price came back up and blew past this, so it violated this gap, so we don't really count that no more. This is the last area that price has used. Now what I'm looking for is, can I find some more areas here to go? And this is my next zone right here. This is my next zone. This is the next place that I'm anticipating that if price gets to, I'm going to look into and take it downwards. I'm not interested in anything else because there is nothing else for me to really look at. There's no gaps or anything of significance that I can look at and say, okay, this is something I would like to. West Indies, I get that a lot. Somebody said perhaps Nigeria. I get that a lot too. No good guesses. Let's get like one more guess in there and I'll tell you guys where I'm from. I get that a lot. When I was in high school, especially, people used to think I was, somewhere from the Caribbean and things like that. But just to save you guys the headache, I'm not Caribbean. My wife is, but I'm not. But yeah, let's get one more guess in there. I'll tell you guys where I'm from. So yeah, so for me right now, I'm bearish on Bitcoin. And so what I would do is I would wait for a price on the 1 minute to get to somewhere in this area. I would set an alert. I would say price has tapped into POI. Okay, and I would just wait. That's all I would do. But son of Basra said, I'm from India. Oh, nice. I had a lot of friends from India, Sri Lanka, Somalia, Jamaica. When I was growing up, I had a lot of friends from those areas. I've been waiting 2 to 3 weeks for this migration drama. Has anyone received a payout from these guys? Bro, trust me, everyone's in the same boat. Everyone that hits me up every day tells me they haven't been paid. No one has been paid before the migration, after the migration, bro. I don't want to say keep waiting, but don't hold your breath is what I would say. I don't know anyone who has received a payout from them, unfortunately. So yeah, so that's what my thoughts are on Bitcoin. So right now I wouldn't move. I know some of you guys are scalpers, so you're probably looking to take a trade within here somewhere. You know what I mean? Maybe on the 5 minute, you might use that as a point of interest instead and take a trade down, kind of like what's happening here. Okay, oops. Like something like this, you can look at how price responds to certain gaps, wait for your or you can look at it in terms of support and resistance and things like that. For me, that's what I would be looking for before I enter a trade. So someone said I only do crude oil. Do you want us to take a look at crude oil? I don't trade oil either, but I can look at oil for you. So yeah, Marcus, that's my analysis on Bitcoin for right now. Now remember, the crypto can at any point just decide to go haywire, right? Shoot up through the moon. But just looking at technicals, this is what I'm thinking. Yeah, Marcus said oil is a tricky one. I bet. I haven't taken a look at it, but if you guys want me to take a look at it, we can definitely take a look at oil. So anyways, let me write this up here so you guys can see. In terms of my analysis for Bitcoin is bearish. All right, this is what I'm thinking. Let me make this red, kind of emphasize. Yeah, there we go. I'm bearish on Bitcoin only because everything is pointing towards it going towards the downside. Marcus said for me at least. Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of, people say, they ask me like about gold. Gold is one of those tricky ones for me. I don't know what it is. Me and gold have bad history, bro. Gold took the most money from my pockets. Can you take a look on EU for sure? Euro USD. Let's take a look. All right. We were looking at this just the other day. We were doing a bit of an analysis. So I kind of already have stuff marked up. I think Marcus was in here when we were doing this, but we're looking at EU. So let's go all the way back to the top. I always want to get a good idea as to what just happened there, as to what I'm looking at. All right. So whenever I analyze a pair, I try to find out historically or overall, how does this pair move? Thanks for your response. You're doing a great job, man. Do you have a community chat? Not yet. I'm working on a Discord, guys. Just please stay tapped in, subscribe. I'm going to be announcing soon. I'm working on it. And Marcus and myself also have a Discord for for a bot that we're working on. That one's going to be paid. But for right now, I am working on a chat, guys. Just stay locked in. Hit me up on Instagram. I'm working on a Discord where I'll be able to communicate with you guys, tell you when I'm going live, and we can talk about all these things with like these different platforms and stuff because it's heavily in demand right now. I observe, but not doing any Forex. Still learning. Good for you, man. Be patient. A lot of people just rush the process trying to make money and they end up losing money. Marcus said PPI just happened. Oh, wow. In fact, it's almost 9:30, so US 30 is probably going to do something crazy. But I want to respond to my man who asked Mr. May about Euro USD. All right. So for Euro USD, I always look at anytime I'm new to a pair, I just try and figure out overall, how does this thing move, this pair move. Now we can see here just from marking a basic market structure, price went up, then down, kind of went up, then down, then up some more, and now we're going down. So as far as I'm concerned, price hasn't broken these major swing lows. Okay, so that's one swing low, that's another swing low, and then this one is still forming. So if we want to officially be bearish, my Instagram, yeah, I'll put it in the chat. My Instagram, what's this thing saying? Remind me later. My Instagram is it's also in my YouTube bio. My money foreign. That's it. That's my Instagram. All right. So right now, in terms of this, price hasn't broken these lows. And if I wanted to be overall bearish, like in the long term, I would need price to break this low for it to confirm. Because right now, this whole move is still forming, even though it's been bearish, right? Technically, we're still actually anticipating that price at some point may retrace and go up to the upside, only because we're still in somewhat of a bullish trend. So when I realized that, okay, overall, your USD it's almost an even balance, but for the most part, it'll go up. It gives me a good idea as to what to expect. Now, obviously, when we look at it from the short term over here, we can see what? We can see that price has essentially just been trending downwards, right? Price has been bearish. Okay, so this is important for us to know. In the short term, we've been going bearishly, okay? So we can use market structure to kind of determine what our next move is. So here's another example. Price has been going in this trend. It's been going up, or in this channel, I should say down, up, down, up, down, up, down, consolidated a little bit, right? Shot up, went down, up, down. All right, cool. So the question is, what's the next move? You can see prices come up to here, and now it's doing, if you guys notice, all the pairs we've analyzed so far that's connected to the US dollar are all moving very similar. Okay, when you look at basic market structure, let's look at support and resistance real quick. If you even look at support and resistance, you can kind of draw around here that there's a level of support in a sense that's now looking to become resistance. And because price has broken these lows right here, right, this tells us that we are in a downtrend. Let me get rid of this real quick. Okay, we're in a downtrend. The only way I can start thinking bullishly is if price breaks this high. Again, this is all long-term. We're on the weekly chart, guys. So, you know what I mean? Take it with a grain of salt. So for now, we are overall somewhat bearish. Now, price has gone low. It's retraced up, giving us a little bit of a breakdown. What we're looking to see is if price is going to see these lows we marked out here. Once price starts breaking this low, that low, that low, we know we're heading down for sure. All right, so let's now get rid of all this and let's go towards the 1 hour. All right, so on the 1 hour, you can see that price, what is going on here? Let me go to the 4 hour real quick. I don't know why that looks, oh yeah, it's because of this. I'm trying to figure out why in the world it looks like we're in a channel. Yeah, so you can see here that on the 4 hour, price has kind of been moving a little sideways for the most part, right? And now we're anticipating that because price has been, let me just show you guys real quick. Because price has been moving sideways, right? We're anticipating that at some point, some break is, due to happen. So let's try and see if we can catch anything in the meantime. For the most part, we could see price was in the recent, from basically late last year up until now, price has been a downtrend. And then we recently broke this downtrend and now we're making highs towards the upside. So even though we're bearish in the short term, we're bullish. So what this means is that as price is breaking towards the upside, because we're bearish, we can still anticipate that one of these levels here, just change the color so you guys can see, one of these levels here or there, right? Or it could be a supply zone. Something around here may eventually push price, when it gets up there, down, okay? Or it might touch this one and go down, all right? But in the meantime, we can see before we get to this level, how many buys we can catch. All right, so for me, now I'm looking at it from the 1 hour. Okay, on the 1 hour, I can see we have a gap here that's been tapped into but not really mitigated. We have another gap at the low here. And then in this bullish push here, we can see that price has broken structure. And now we have another gap here. So my first bet, even though this is not a very strong area to get into, sometimes price breaks a high, retests real quick and shoots up. So this is my next move. This is what I'm looking at now. Because I understand that even though we are bearish for the most part, we still, in the short term, we're still bullish. So I look over here to see if there are any areas of concern. I don't see any gaps or anything. So for me, I'm good. I go down to the 15 minute and I look at other areas that could be of concern here, the only thing I see is all the way up here. Okay, and it's good to mark these things so that you guys have an idea of where price can be tricky. Yesterday, someone joined the live, I believe it was M, and he was in a trade that we had also taken as a paper trade, and he was wondering if he should get out. And I told him at this level up here is where you most likely want to get out, and when it hits 11 o'clock, it'll reverse, and it did exactly that. So these things do happen. So for now, for me right now, this is where I'm looking at. So on the 1 minute, I trade from the 1 minute as a scalper. I would wait for price to retrace back to this level. If price doesn't come here, I'm not interested in any other trade. I'm not going to touch no other trade at all. Okay, you guys have to be patient and be picky with your setups. For the day, this is the most reasonable trade for today. If it doesn't happen today, it'll happen tomorrow. And if tomorrow comes and it's a different setup, you'll see something different. You just got to keep marking the charts to see what is the most probable trade for today. So I have these indicators on to show you. My trading session is from 8 a.m. to 11, but I only trade from 8:30 to 11, even though New York session goes past 11 o'clock. But so for me, after 11 o'clock, I'm out the trade. That's it. Whatever happens, I don't care if I see a beautiful setup. I'm not going to take it because my rules tell me don't touch it. So to answer your question, I believe it was Mr. May. This is what I'm thinking for EU. For right now, I'm bullish and I'm expecting price to come back to this level and, you know, give me a pattern here so that I can take it towards the upside. That's my analysis for EU. Anybody else? Let's read some stuff in the meantime. Supply and demand is in my eyes is the best strategy, and also candle formation. I was using supply and demand for a long time. It's a very good strategy if you understand it. You'll find that, like as you said, in your eyes right now, that's the best strategy. You'll find that because your personality is a certain way, you'll gravitate towards different patterns and different strategies, and eventually you'll settle on one. But supply and demand is a hell of a strategy for sure. Son of Bastard, I said, come to India, bro. Who knows? Maybe one day. You know what I mean? If we set up an event or something in India, I don't mind to come. Walola, sorry if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly. Waleola said, awesome analysis always. I appreciate you, bro. Thanks so much for joining. Son of Basha said, bro, I need some correlations. I think that's what he's saying. Bro, I need all correlation. Are you trying to say you need... Help me out here. I may be misunderstanding your question. Do you want us to look at all the pairs that are correlating, or you're saying you need more things to correlate before you move? Help me out here. But yeah, so that's the analysis so far for, we did Bitcoin. Okay. Bitcoin, we were bearish. And then I'm going to show you guys for Euro USD that we are bullish. We're overall bearish, but for the short term, we are bullish as of right now. So let's change that to blue. Okay, we're bullish right now. Any other pairs you guys want to see? You're very welcome, Mr. May. Thank you for joining. By the way, guys, we have some stuff to talk about in a bit. You guys remember, some of you guys were here yesterday, some of you were not. Last night, I was telling the chat that it's my wife's birthday, and I was planning to get her a Porsche and all that stuff. And I was telling you guys that my wife is not, you know, doesn't have any of my socials and whatnot, so she's not going to be in the live. And guys, she was in the live, bro. She's in the live, bro. Sussed the whole plan. She was there the whole time. As soon as I ended the live, she called me. She's like, Porsche, Porsche. I'm like, oh my gosh. So we'll talk about that in a second because I need you guys' help. And we're potentially going to go look at one today. So we'll see how that goes. But anyhow, DJ Mustang said, hey, bro, I'm a beginner and would love to learn from you until I'm profitable. Absolutely, guys. That's part of the reason why I'm doing this. I'm not a... Guys, by the way, I am not a professional. I'm just somebody who's learning. I found some consistency and some profitability, and I'm just sharing with you guys what I've learned, all right? So I'm more than willing to share with you guys. Bob FX said, the Forex Funder still hasn't given accounts. They said today was the last day. That's what I'm saying. I'm waiting for them as well. I'm waiting for them to see. I'm going to go and check it later on to see if they gave me my account. So fingers crossed. Marcy's World said, hey. Yeah, I know. He said, I'm sure if Marcy's World is African, he probably said, hey, right? Which is like, yeah, I know. Marcus said, oh, no, I know, bro. My wife now knows the plans, bro. It's so terrible. Now I have to take her to go look at the car. Man, she ruined the plans, bro. She does that a lot. Anytime I'm planning something for her, she'd be like, I want to know. I'm like, just wait. It's a surprise. And she somehow finds out. I didn't even know she had my socials. She was in the live the whole time, and she was about to comment, and then I ended the live. So that's crazy, bro. But yeah, man, tough luck, right? Tough luck. Mr. May is laughing. Analysis for Nas 100 and US 30. I'll do that right now. What prop firm do you recommend? I would say that I have some prop firms I'm trading with right now. They seem to be good, but I've also heard some shaky things, so I can't stand excuse me, behind them. I would say go with the most reputable ones. They cost more, but they've been standing for the longest and they don't have any issues. FTMO, 5%ers. Those are the two that I can really highly recommend at this time. I haven't heard anything too bad about E8 as well, but I can't vouch for E8 because I've never traded with them. I have traded with the 5%ers. I have traded with FTMO, so I can vouch for them. And then San Bahar said, at what time do you come on live, bro? I usually, if I'm coming on live, I usually come anywhere between 9 and I kill the live around 11 to 11:30. So it's always going to be around 9 o'clock. I think when we do set the time, it'll probably be 10 because that seems to be the right time for everybody else. I was doing my fake African accent, but you killed that African accent. Yeah, so for those of you guys who are asking where I was, let's go to Nas and US 30 real quick. For those of you guys who are asking where I'm from, I was born in Canada, Toronto, Canada, but I'm from Ghana. Okay, my parents are from Ghana. Shout out to West Africa, baby. I lost my father last year around my birthday, so that was kind of tough, but you know, the motherland, man, we went to the motherland. It was a beautiful experience, man. So to all my Africans on the live, shout out to you. And, you know, and to all my Indians, everybody else as well. Like I have a lot of Indians who hit me up on Instagram. Lovely people, man. You guys are dope. Anybody from anywhere in the world, wherever you are, I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. All right, so we're going to look at Nas 100 first, then we'll do US 30 because I always do US 30, so it's kind of boring. Let's go look at Nas 100. Sana Bahar said, in India time, bro. Oh, all right, I'll check it. What's your time zone? Let me know what you think about ICT concepts. So Black Owl just asked about ICT concepts. So I tried to learn a lot of them. Here's the challenge I have with them. I know the concepts work. A lot of people say that they work. For me, it just made things more complicated for me. And usually when you say that, people are like, oh, it's not the concepts, it's the user. Fine, it's me. I suck, no problem. But here's the challenge I had with ICT. In fact, I can pull up an indicator right now that has ICT concepts. Watch this. I have a bunch of concepts. There you go. ICT concepts Lux Algo. All right. So let me show you guys this setting here. This is one of them. But look at all the different settings, right? You have bearish gaps. You have sell side liquidity, buy side liquidity. You have, this one's not even the one. There's another, I missed, guys. I'm sorry, I missed. There's another indicator I was using that just helps me to kind of, what did I just do? That helps me to kind of, oh yeah, there we go, sorry. That helps me to track the concepts. And basically what ended up happening is that you have market structure shift, you have change of character, you have break of structure, which is normal, you have an inverse gap, a fair value gap, you have an imbalance, right? You have the new week opening gap, that's what NWOG was. You have the daily gap, you have the daily high, daily low, you have daily bias, you have power. There are so many concepts that you have the silver bullet. There's so many concepts that what ended up happening is that, and again, could be my fault, I was using too many or I was trying to incorporate them into my trading, and I found that it made my trading more complicated because let's say if, you know, a trade gets into my area, I would look, okay, is there a shift first? Is there a is it an inverse gap? Or like, it was just causing confusion. So I got rid of it. I found the most successful and profitable traders on YouTube and the people I know in real life, their concepts are like, they use one, retail trading strategies, and two, their strategies down to like 3 rules and 3 things. So I implemented the same thing. For me, I look at market direction, a point of interest, and then I look for my pattern. And then I enter. And I've been profitable since I started doing that. So ICT concepts for me, I don't think, they're not very beginner friendly, obviously. Like if you're new, somebody said I can't trade. Oh boy, we're about to start some drama, bro. It's about to get crazy. But for me personally, ICT concepts, the only thing I use for ICT concepts is gaps. Gaps have been from the beginning of time, even before I knew what a fair value gap was. It was just something that stuck out to me. So if that's attributed to ICT, then the only thing I use from ICT concepts is gaps. Other than that, I don't touch anything else. It just causes confusion for me. All right. Sanabara said 7 o'clock. No, I'm following in Instagram. Thank you for the follower. I appreciate it. Mr. May causing trouble. Marcy's Will says, sorry to hear about your father, but shout out for repping the motherland. You probably from the Gumba tribe. No. Akan tribe. We're Fantis. So not really from that side. But yeah, we're Fantis. I speak the language, but you know, every so often the language waters down because I don't practice it that often, right? I try and teach it a little bit to my wife. How dare you? How dare you? ICT created the markets. Unsubscribe. Marcus, no, don't unsubscribe. I need your subscription. Bob FX said, in your opinion, what has held you back from being profitable quicker? Excellent question. So let me analyze this while I'm answering this question so that the person who asked about US 30 and NAS 100 DJ Mustang can get his analysis. So the thing that helped me back the most from becoming a profitable trader was me. And I know it sounds cliche, but any strategy can work. If we do support and resistance right now, let's say whenever price gets to any area of support or resistance, we sell or buy, right? You can trade this. You can say, okay, let me put my stops here because we're in a downtrend. Maybe give myself a 30 pip stop loss, which in this case would be 300 pips for NAS, and then aim for like a 1 to 2. You could do that all day, every day, and for the most part, you can win if you have good risk management and good psychology. The problem with trading is this: we have bad habits as people. The market, think of the market as a mirror. When you come to the market, all your bad habits are gonna show up. It has nothing to do with your strategy. Any strategy can work. I saw somebody trade a bat. Okay, he saw a bat on the chart and he makes money. If you see a kangaroo and you trade the kangaroo and the kangaroo is killing it, trade the kangaroo. But the problem is we go from strategy to strategy. We think that losing streaks are not normal. We think that all these things have to be perfect. And then finally, when everything does line up, and this is why I don't trade ICT anymore, we get analysis paralysis. It's you. All your habits. If you're somebody, in fact, let me know in the chat, guys, if you have a morning routine. Morning routines are absolutely, like, you need a routine in your life. Structure, systems. This is what the world is based on, right? The reason why we can start our cars in the morning and have faith that our cars are going to take us from A to B is because the company that manufactured the car put in an ECU chip which controls, this is the mindset of the car, right? It's supposed to modulate the throttle, the braking, the speedometer, everything, right? And it's supposed to what's the word? It's supposed to basically control how the engine starts, at what temperature it operates. Like, everything is systemized so that you get a consistent result. Every time you step on it, you know it's going to go. Every time you brake, you know it's going to stop. Every time you do certain things, you know what's going to happen. Systems. So what prevented me was I was not disciplined. I come to the somebody said trade a dinosaur. Trade the dinosaur. Oh my gosh. Marcy's well said, I see you, man. Trade the dinosaur. That's hilarious. But anyways, let me get back to this analysis and answer the question. So if you basically discipline yourself and make your trading and your habits systematic, then you'll see consistent results. You keep going from strategy to strategy. You keep thinking things are not, it's all about you. Okay. And I want to go more into depth, but it's kind of distracted me from doing the analysis. And I want to do it just in case Mustang has to go to work or has something to do. So I'm going to come back to that question. But long story short, it was me. Okay. It's not the strategy. It's not the trading. It's not the markets. It's not the stop losses or the hunting of stop losses. It's you. It's 1,000% you. Once you fix yourself, everything else will fall in place. There's a saying that how you do anything is how you do everything. All right. So let's get back to this analysis. Let me go to a chart that doesn't have that many things on it so that I can give you guys a clear analysis. There we go. So let me get rid of the indicators. Oh man, this has quite a few things on there. So let me delete everything, remove 25 drawings. Okay, perfect. So NAS, let me just spare you the long analysis, but usually what I would do is I would go to the weekly and stuff and get a good idea as to how these pairs move. Okay, this is what I tell you guys about indices. Look at this. Over time in history, indices usually just go up. They just, for the most part, they go up, and they go up pretty high. So if you buy like 60% of the time, you'll still be profitable even in downtrends. That's why people see me in my trading videos and they're like, oh, why are you buying in a downtrend? Oh, I can't understand you, brother. Well, brother, that's my edge. Like, I have 4 years worth of data. I can trade up and down in any trend because I know indices that well. Yesterday I was there. Everybody was there when I called it that at 11 o'clock it was going to reverse. It reversed. How do I know that? 4 years worth of data. Okay. So anyways, I tried to get a good idea as to how these pairs move. So overall, this is a bullish pair. All right, cool. So let's go down to the daily and let's see what's been happening recently. Recently, we've been doing this. Okay. We've been going up. We went down. We went up, down, up. And then what happened here? Down a little bit, made a lower high and broke some structure. So this is where the problem has been for indices recently, because the market crashed. It broke this level, and now price started to tank, right? So we can anticipate that even though this is a bullish pair and you can see prices rising from here, somewhere within this area, price is going to retrace. So let's look at a couple areas where price can retrace. Here's the first one. Now on US 30, it's doing the same thing on NAS, but on US 30, it tapped into this area yesterday when I was live, and price started to shoot down. Why? Because it's a daily gap. Okay, we have another gap up here that if it manages to break the one below, this is the next spot we'll have trouble. Not to mention we have some area of like, support and resistance over here from the past. So this tells us it's a very strong level. So overall, even though it's a bearish pair, we are in a bullish situation. Not a trend, but situation, because the trend has been bullish. But in this short term from here to here, okay, which is what, like July to August, we are in a bit of a bearish situation. So what can we do? We can go down to the 1 hour and start analyzing and looking at areas in which, let me make this lighter so you guys can see it better. There we go. Let's look at areas in which we might have some challenges. Now you can see here on the 1 hour, look at this, we have another gap. Okay, on the 1 hour, we have another gap. And since price has been going into this gap, you can see it kind of taps, it goes down a little bit, taps, goes down. So we need to see if today price is either going to break through or continue to go down. So how we're going to find this out is by going down to a lower time frame. Let's go down to the 15. On the 15 minute, we can see how price has been moving at this level. We've had some pushes, nothing too crazy. So my question would be, since we're bearish, where are the areas that I can enter? Now, when I go to the left-hand side, I do see there's a little bit of a gap there, but nothing really too crazy. The only thing I can see is this. And I'm going to change the color on these so that you guys can see it a little bit better. Like that, okay? And bear with me, my charts get pretty messy, but they just help me to see what's going on. This is the last area of resistance that I'm planning to see before price violates this 15-minute gap and eventually this 1 hour. So for today, I would have been looking for this. Now, we have to keep in mind we're 950. We're kind of deep into the trade. So let's go back a little bit. We can see here that price had this massive gap yesterday, okay? A gap like this, I'm not really going to pay attention to. It's too wide. It's going to be difficult for me to determine what's going to happen in here. So I'm just going to leave it alone. I won't touch this. This is not a good setup for me. So what I would do is I would wait. Maybe I would look at these instead. Let's take a look at some of these. Let's look at this here. Okay. This gap right here, bearish gap. We have another one right above it. Okay. And then we have one more massive one right here. I'm just going to keep this as a reference, but I'm not going to really care too much for it. So before I do the full analysis, let's see what happens. It's 7:30. Mind you guys, I don't trade Tuesdays because my strategy for some reason doesn't work on Tuesdays. It only works on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But anyways, let's see what happens. So it's 7:30. Okay, 8 o'clock. We have news today at 8:30. All right, so at 8 o'clock, price comes straight into this area and is just starting to push. What ends up happening is around 8:21, we get a little bit of structure starting to shift a little bit. Not enough for me. I'm waiting for something else, okay? Especially news. Whenever news is around, I don't really do anything. I wait for news to play out, and this is why. You see that? So news hits and price violates this. So we can get rid of this. It violates this as well, okay? And now price is tapping that that area up above. So price has violated this. What I'm looking for at this point is for price to most likely break this. This is when I may get in. Again, this is Tuesday, so my strategy is not going to work, but we would see what happens. All right, cool. So this, under any other day, and those of you who have been with me live every day have seen that when we trade this strategy and we use these setups, it works. Watch what happens on Tuesday. Watch this. Okay, you can be a little aggressive. You can put your stops here. Look who it is, the troublemaker. Morning, baby. How you doing? I'm good. Are you off? Yeah. Okay. No problem. We have the appointment at 5:30 to see the car. So. Yeah. Love you too. Bye. For those of you who don't know what's going on, my wife, I was trying to buy her a Porsche SUV to surprise her for her birthday, and she was in the chat yesterday. I don't even know how she found my socials, bro, because she doesn't know any of my stuff. Anyhow, let me get to some of these comments real quick, just in case I'm missing any. Please do analysis on crude oil. I'll do that next. At Marcus Adrian, a YouTuber, I found him. Also at Marcus Adrian, also a YouTuber. I found him from you. You have done many videos with him. I know you have something against ICT, but I think like him. Oh, Blackout. So that comment is for Marcus. Okay. And then Bob Effect said, yeah, I realized I've been reading Trading in the Zone. It says a lot now. Yeah, what is your criteria for higher probability trades? I will get into that in a second. Very good question, Mr. May. I just want to finish with this analysis here, and then we'll get into what's like a A+ setup. So under normal circumstances, this is enough of a sign for me to get in, because this is usually what happens. Now, price kind of violated this area, but it also tapped this gap. So it still stands for a decent scalp. Okay, but watch what happens. Because it's Tuesday, watch. You see that? It just shoots up. I don't trade Tuesdays. You know, when I did my back testing and I did my analysis and stuff, I have, like I said, 4 years. I did back testing and I did forward testing. When I looked at the percentages for how accurate my strategy was, you'd had like Monday, which was like, let's say 65. Let's say Thursday was 75. Friday, I think, was 80%. And Wednesday was like, I don't know, let's say like 62 or something like that. Friggin' Tuesday was like 25%. I'm like, what the heck? So what I did was I just got rid of Tuesday and I became profitable. So that's why I don't trade Tuesdays. Happy birthday. Okay, somebody has a birthday in the chat. Happy birthday to whoever it is. Oh, to my wife. Oh, I'm so dumb. Yeah, happy birthday. She just left, but I'll let her know. I appreciate the birthday wishes. Her birthday's not up yet. I was planning to get her a car for her birthday because it's near the end of the month. How'd you come up with the name Foreign Money? Excellent question. Oh man, I'm gonna get so sidetracked. And then Marcus is responding to Black Hall. Okay, so let's take this one at a time. So number one, the name Foreign Money. So I pray about everything. Okay, I'm a Christian. I pray to God about everything I do, because I believe as children of God, we are here to make an impact. Like, the reason why we are born in this generation as opposed to 1975 or in the 1980s or whatever the case is, in that era, is because I believe God understands, or the way he designed us is that we have the skills that are best for this era, for this generation, to make an impact on the world. And when you read the Bible and you follow God, you understand that God's goal in our lives is to bless us to become a blessing. So I'll give you an example. If I end up becoming a hell of a trader, I become a millionaire trader. You think my job is just to spend money on cars and enjoy my life? No, it's to help you guys and to put some money back into the economy, because this is how our economy works. If right now I'll use Marcy's World, Kevin, and I'll use son of Boss Faraj. Okay. If those three guys have a job, let's say Kevin works at a dealership. We'll say son of Basaraj works at the hospital, and we'll say Marcy's World works at a bank. What happens is that when the bank, the hospital, and the dealership pays them, they take their money and do what? They go buy groceries, they go buy gas, they go buy all these things. And what happens when you pay the grocery store pays its employees, the employees take the money, go back to the bank or go to the dealership, spend their money. And as money circulates, everybody can have money. We are of a mindset that we got to get our own and keep our own and be selfish, and it just stagnates the economy. We're supposed to help each other so that things can grow, things can be better. If I make money and then let's say I employ, there's 10 people on this chat, on this live. Let's say I employ 10 people. Now 10 people have a job. 10 people now can spend more money, build homes, buy homes, do whatever, and take care of their families. Their families can get jobs and things can get better as a society. The reason why things are so crazy is because there's a lot of civil unrest, because so much is happening to the economy that people are struggling. Money's being pulled out left and right and going into certain places and disappearing from others, and people are stressed. So anyways, I say this to say that I pray about everything, right? And so when I was praying, I asked God, and what God helped me to kind of understand is like, everything is in seasons, everything's in phases, everything's in steps. There will be a time where maybe the channel name will change. There will be a time where maybe my brand will change. But as of right now, the verse that I got was from the Bible that says, cast your bread upon the water and you shall find it after many days. That's a foreign investment. When you invest in foreign markets, your money returns to you with growth. So foreign money, I got the name from the Bible after praying to God. That's how I chose the name Foreign Money. Didn't mean to preach to you guys, but I hope you guys understand that now. So I'm going to answer the questions about what makes a good trade setup and finish the analysis for, Mr. Mustang, bro, I'm so sorry. If you're still in here, I hope you're still in here. If not, bro, I apologize. So anyways, so now that price has violated this, let's go back to the main setup to see what's going on. All right, so price now has violated this, and look, it's tapped into this bigger zone. And as you can see here, price came and broke this structure, okay? And broke this structure and is now headed towards the downside. Now, I know some people will look at this and get into a trade. This is not my setup or my pattern. I wouldn't touch this, okay? I'm practically done for the day. If by 11 o'clock, I don't see my setup within this zone, I'm out for the day. So if I took this trade today, let's say as an example, I took this trade and lost. I took the trade and I lost. I don't care. Even though I know at some point price may bounce from somewhere and go down, that's not the point. The point is to be disciplined enough to follow your strategy and to follow your analysis and stick to it. Because if I allow my edge to play out and I follow my rules consistently, I'll make money. That's just how it goes. So for right now, to kind of give the short-term analysis, even though we're going up, I believe we're bearish for the meantime. The reason why I'm saying for the meantime is because knowing indices, I suspect indices is looking for some weird push to one of these levels, right? So we might see some random bullish movement, right? In the next couple of days within this week, maybe in the next couple of weeks, we might. Or we might see the obvious, which is price going from this level to the downside. Because you guys have to remember, we're in a bit of a trend, okay? And we're somewhat bullish. So price may come down here, go towards the top. But for right now, in the short term, what I can say is that we are, based on the technicals, we are, bearish. Okay, and let me change this to red. There we go. All right, so that's what we are for NAS. It's gonna kind of be the same for US30. Now, US30 is, oh my God, did I just do this analysis on US30? Bro, guys, I need help, man. Yo. Oh my gosh. All right, let me get to some of these comments and then we'll go to NAS 100. But if you're in here, Mustang, I hope this helped you. So let's see here. Blackout, we have nothing against him, his concepts, but he has made some claims in the past that was exposed a bit, which is true. He has made. So here's the thing: people get so defensive about ICT, the person. We're not talking about him. We're not talking about his concepts. It's more so the person. It was just that video was just about what he's claimed in the past and what has turned out to be true. But you guys, if you still love ICT, by all means, follow ICT. If his concepts work for you, by all means, trade. Trade whatever works for you. I would never come on here and tell you another strategy sucks. Never. Every strategy is good if you know how to use it. All right. Bob FX said, shake my head. Me, I only trade Tuesdays to Friday. Bro, that's okay. It depends. Are you trading indices, right? Maybe you're trading Forex. It might work for you. I know another trade. I can't remember who it was. They said they don't trade Wednesdays, but Wednesdays work for me. You know what I mean? Trade whatever works for you. But if you find Tuesday to be the same thing, I remember Marcus one time, I was talking to Marcus. He's like, bro, I was looking at indices and it was on Tuesday. I get what you're saying, man. You're so right. It was that day, Tuesday, it was just tanking. That's what Tuesday does. Tuesday and Thursdays move the most for indices. Tuesdays and Thursdays. But Tuesdays where you get the most manipulation. It's why I don't trade Tuesday. All right. Candle Momentum said, I've just contacted support with the Forex funder. Their response was the migration will be completed by the end of today. Bear in mind, we have 70,000 accounts to migrate. Wow. And also dashboards will take some time to update too. Yeah, guys, like they said this last time and it ended up taking months. Okay, so I wouldn't hold my breath. If you guys have other places to trade, please focus on that. Don't, because nobody's being paid from them from what I understand. And this migration is like the third one this year. This is, man, I don't even want to say too much. Let me get back to some of these comments here. Blackhall said, what's he claiming? I don't know about that. Can you explain? So Marcus will probably answer that for you. Marcy's World said, amen, preach it, spoken word claps. That's what's up, Marcy's World. Bob FX said, candle by 12 p.m. or midnight. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Please give me a little bit more information. Mr. May said, praying plus hard working equals success. Absolutely. Okay, there's the Bible talks about how like anybody who is attentive to their business will succeed. If you're hardworking, you just stay focused on what you're doing, you will succeed for sure. Bob FX said, Kevin said, I appreciate the response. MKBHD of the charts. Don't start that, bro. I heard somebody else say you look like MKBHD. I don't think so. Maybe it's the haircut, but I don't look like MKBHD, bro. Oh my gosh. Bob FX said, because they told me end of migration is tomorrow. So there you go. People are getting mixed answers. This is typical behavior. Wyra said, oh my God, I'm late again. But at least you're here. Better late than never, Wyra. Welcome back to the chat, bro. What's up? Hope you're having a great day. John has said, LOL, MKBHD of the market. I like that. Oh, please don't like that, bro. I don't want to be the MKBHD of the charts. And then DJ Mustang. Oh, thank God he says, it's okay, bro. I'm still here enjoying the live and happy birthday to wifey. Appreciate you, DJ. Appreciate the love. Thank you so much, man. And I'm glad that you're still here. We're going to do US 100 now. Bob FX say US 100 is kind of the same. Yeah. Okay. So let me share with you guys a gem before I answer what makes an A+ setup. I'm going to open these three charts real quick for you guys to see something. This happened to me a couple weeks ago and I was able to take, I took 6 trades and won them all. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. NAS 100 US 30 SPX. They usually move the same or apart, and I'll tell you how like exactly how this works. This is so interesting. All right, so let's go back a little bit. Let me see if I can find the where it happened. I'd have to go back to my trade calendar, but let's go to SPX. Sorry. Perfect. Okay, cool. So what happened was, let me see if I can go to, which day was it? Oh my gosh, I think it was around here. But let's have SPX open. Let's go to the 1 hour. Let's have NAS open, and then US 30. Let's go to the 1 hour as well. And let me see if I can find, oh, we are at the 1 hour. See if I can find a clearer chart that doesn't have so many things on there. Okay, perfect. All right, so let me get rid of all the drawings here. Okay, and let's go here as well. So let me explain the concept to you guys. So US 30, NAS 100, SPX 500. SPX 500 is a basket of the US's 500 best companies. I think NAS 100 is a basket of 100 of the best tech companies or something like that. And then US 30 is the top 30 performing companies in the US. Okay, so US 30 has smaller amount of companies, NAS 100 has more, and the US 500 has even more than that, or SPX has more. And so you will notice that they move similarly, but not the same. Here's what I've noticed. Usually SPX 500 and NAS 100 are like twins. They will be very close related. And what will happen with those two is that one always makes a move before the next. That's what I usually see. Sometimes you'll see all three of them the same. That's because the market is consolidating, or there's been news that affects them the same and things like that. So for example, if we look at SPX 500, or sorry, US 30, we can see what? Right now we're in a state of consolidation. NAS 100, look at that, not necessarily the same. We had a bit of consolidation here, okay? But then price started to kind of leave this box, okay? So that's out. So NAS has already left the consolidation. And then on US 500, let me get rid of all these as well. On US 500, we can see here, look at this. The consolidation was here as well, okay? It's a little bit bigger, and it left the zone as well, and it's moving a little bit different. It's kind of gone up, tapped in. So you can see these three, they move similarly. And what you will usually see is that one will make a move before the next. So what happened a couple weeks ago was I noticed that, I think it was US 30 first, caught the US 30 trade, or was it SPX? One of the two happened first, and I started to realize, wait, NAS is setting up. So then I took the same trade on NAS. It went the exact same way. So what happened is, like, let's say if I took the trade at 9:30 for SPX, at about 9:45, NAS set up. So I took that trade as well. Then about 10 o'clock, US 30 set up, and I took, because they all went down the same way with the same setup. They just happened one before the other. So if you guys can see the correlation between them, sometimes you can use one almost like as a future, almost like you're looking to the future, and then you can take the trade on the next. The reason why this is also important is because in the past, if I missed a setup on US 30, I would just go look for it on NAS and SPX, and I would catch the same trade. So it's super, super crazy. I'm going to see if I can find the example, but let's just analyze this real quick. So look what happened with, what's it called? SPX 500. So for SPX 500, we can see here that this consolidation began around 1 o'clock my time, okay? And it didn't leave the box till about 2 o'clock my time, okay? For NAS, the consolidation started at 1 o'clock, didn't leave the box till around, oh gosh, my fault, guys. It's not the same day. So this is, it started at 12 o'clock on Thursday, August 8th, didn't leave the box until, where are we at? We can maybe call it here. This is 10 o'clock on Monday, August 12th. So 4 days later. Let's go back to, what were we at? SPX. So for SPX, it started on August 8th as well, 1 o'clock. Didn't leave the box till about Friday. So you see that? This, it took a day to leave. The NAS, it took 4 days. You see what I'm saying? So when you notice on SPX, for example, that price is eventually going to leave the box, you can literally say, let's just as an example, let me just enter when it leaves, put my stop here, aim for a 1 to 2, 1 to 1, whatever you want. Because eventually, this is what you're going to get. Okay? Because this happened, oh, I'm sorry. It should be the other way around, guys. I'm so sorry. It should be the other way around. But essentially, this, oh, YouTube is not. Can you guys still see me, hear me? It says YouTube. Something's going on with YouTube. 1 second, guys. Open Studio is not receiving enough to maintain the video. Can you guys still see me? Let me know if you guys can still see me. YouTube is giving me an error. It's saying that it's not getting enough to maintain the video. Please let me know in the chat if you guys can see me. Please type it up in the chat so I know, because something's going on. And if you guys can't respond, then it's probably because YouTube is like just shutting this down. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Let me know in the chat if you guys can see me, because for some reason, okay, Wyra said yes, we can see. Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna go back. For some reason, YouTube was giving me this strange error. All right, let me go back to the charts. I apologize, guys. Where are we? Okay, right here. Okay, cool. So basically, it's supposed to be the other way around, right? So this took 4 days to leave, whereas in this left the day after. So what you can do is you can say, okay, since on US 500 price left the box, you can anticipate that somewhere over here price is going to leave this box as well, and you can aim for a nice 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to whatever you're looking for. Okay, so this is what I've noticed about these three pairs. Okay, when you go to US 100, US 30, guess what? It hasn't left the box. So there's a good chance that you can wait for some sort of signal in here to leave the box. Okay, now this is on a 1 hour. I trade the 1 minute, so I look for these setups on the 1 minute, not the 1 hour. But this is how it goes. They usually move one next to the other. Now, if they're not moving in correlation or in sync, what will happen is that if US 500 and NOS went up, US 30 will end up going down for some reason. I don't know what it is. So that's why I try not to trade them too much like that. I just try and stick to one pair and analyze the pair. Let me get back to some of these comments real quick. Bob said, bro, FVG don't work for me. Anyone know? I don't know why. I marked them properly. I just keep getting done up. I think I showed you this the other day, but we can talk about it again. Canon Momentum said, what's your strategy in providing an income from trading, as in, did you build capital from a firm, then traded at a capital to personal? What was your entry plan? So basically, this is how I started. I started trading about almost 4 years ago. When we started, I actually started with stocks, okay? I was trading stocks. If you guys remember around COVID, right? There was a time where the US government gave like $750 million to Kodak to build, stuff for the vaccine. So that's when I started trading. The day when they made the news release, I was in the market. This is what happened in the market, guys. The price was, as always, like consolidating. Nothing was crazy was happening. Then out of nowhere, Kodak went from like $6 to $60. And I was so afraid. I watched the price go up and up. Something's like, get in. I'm like, no, I don't want it to come back down. Get in, get in, get in. It took me so long because I was so afraid. You know when I bought? I bought at the very top. As soon as I entered buy here, price did this. I can't remember how much I put in there, but I lost like 80% of it. It was so bad, right? So I started off with stocks. And then after I came across Forex, because my wife, my good old wife, she was on Instagram. She saw somebody trading. She's like, babe, what's this? I'm like, I have no idea what that is. Turns out it's Forex. I got into Forex. I think I put in like $600 and then started trading from there. Lost a good portion of it. Then I said, okay, obviously it's not the amount of money that I need. It's capital. It's not the amount of capital I need. It's skill. So what I said was, I'm not going to spend any more money putting money into the markets until I actually know what I'm doing. So I just honed my skills. I just kept trading. Now, I took a year off around 2022. I didn't trade for that year because because we have businesses. For those of you who don't know where my main income comes from, I make my money from business, not trading. Trading, I've made some money, but nothing crazy. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I've withdrawn like 20K from the market. It's not true. I've only made a little bit of money from trading, but majority of my income comes from from business. So what I ended up doing is I started honing my skills and said, okay, let me start learning how to trade. I did. Then I started taking small accounts, like $15 to like 140, like $80 to like 2 something, stuff like that, just to see. I did it like twice. I'm like, okay, now I believe I can trade. Then I bought my first challenge with FTMO, which I failed. Then I bought a challenge with the 5%ers, and then I did the funded trader. I did a whole bunch. And I passed some challenges and I got funded from some and I got payouts from some. And so essentially that's where my money came from. All right. So if I sit here and tell you guys that I sustain my income from trading, I'd be lying to you guys. Because unfortunately for me too, a lot of the companies that I was funded with too, they all went down. So you know what I mean? I can't really There's only one right now that I'm there, and hopefully we'll get a payout type of thing. And then I also have another instant funded account, but I barely traded because it's only like 2,500. So like I have to make like 10% to make 250. It just doesn't interest me. $250 is nothing. It doesn't go anywhere. Like we spend like, anyways, I'm not even gonna go to. I don't want to seem like I'm bragging. But long story short, that's how it works for me. I hope I answered your question. What's the next one? Marcus said fire. Marcy's Will said, how much trades or sessions per day do you trade in, and what's your risk reward per trade? Excellent question, guys. This is my rules. Okay, I have a maximum of 2 trades per day, max, which means I can only lose 2% max if I'm risking 1%. If I'm risking 0.5, then I'll only lose 1%. But I only take 2 trades. After 2 trades, it doesn't matter if the next setup was from heaven. I will not take that trade because you need to be disciplined, or else you're going to eventually give all your money back to the markets. So I only take 2 trades a day max. I risk 1%, and my risk reward is always 1 to 2. I'm currently working on hitting 1 to 3 because if I show you guys some of my trades that I took before, if I just held them, I'll show you Marcus. Some of them are like 1 to 30, 1 to 30, 1 to 23. And I know it's going there. I just suck at holding. My psychology is, I think, my biggest issue. I suck at holding. I will see a trade because my trades are like 5 minutes max. The most I've ever been in a trade is half an hour. My trades usually, they get in, they get me out. 1 to 2, I'm out. Because most of my trades are sniper entries, and I usually get in before the wave. So I don't spend that long in the market. But I suck at holding. I'll get in a trade here knowing that, let's say this is the trade, knowing that the trade can go from here all the way up, right? So I enter, let's say down here, it can go all the way up to this level, and I would get out like right here because that was my 1 to 2, right? So to answer your question, that's what I risk. My risk reward, just to recap, is 1 to 2, and my trades per day is 2. I don't trade anything more than 2 trades. Myra said yes. We can see. Oh, okay, this is one everybody said that we can see. Thank you guys. But your chart is gone. Yeah, it was just my face at the time. Can see just sound and chart keeps dropping. Oh shoot. I hope it's better, guys. I'm sorry. Wyra said, so he's laughing at something I said. Candle Momentum said, sounds dropping, bro. Everyone's saying sounds dropping. Mark's a good thing. Okay, so if you guys can see, you remember we set an alert for Bitcoin? That alert just hit. So I think it was Marcus. Marcus, you remember we set the alert for Bitcoin, saying that when it comes to this level, then we'll start looking at certain things. That just hit. But in the meantime, while this is happening, I'm going to see if I can get this to work out. So guys, give me 1 second. I'm just going to have to switch to my face again because I'm going to have to go into screens that unfortunately I can't show on YouTube. So give me 1 second. Let's see what's going on here. Warning, open widget. Stream health. Okay, now the status is good. Okay, it says it's good now. It's fine now, just refreshed. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So let me go back. All right. Yeah, so Marcus, we set the alert for Bitcoin that when Bitcoin gets to this area, I think this was a 15-minute zone. Yeah, a little area. Yeah, so when Bitcoin gets to this area, we would be potentially interested to see. So I'm going to wait and let me show you guys what I'm looking for. Price has gone up this way, right? I'm looking for price to give us one of these. Okay, that's all I'm looking for. Price is going to go up, give us a higher high, then break that recent low, and then I'm going to get in at the retracement. That's it. That's all. That's how I trade. I'm very simple. My trade consists of 3 rules, guys. I look for market direction, look for a point of interest. This is a point of interest. Okay? And then if I see my pattern at the point of interest, I take the trade. 1 to 2. That's it. 3 steps in my trading plan. That is all. That's how I became profitable and consistent in past challenges. That's it. And got payouts. This is it. Okay, guys? So that's all. So if at this level I don't see what I want, guess what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to trade. It's that simple. That simple, ladies and gentlemen. Black House said, I hear and see very clearly. That is awesome. Thank God for that. All right, guys. So just coming back while this is going on, we're going to watch this real quick. But just while this is going on, I just want to reiterate, guys, that when it comes to trading, some of you guys asked about becoming profitable early and stuff like that. Trading is about you. I had to work on myself. I'm going to share something with you guys that's going to seem super sketchy or weird, but I just want to share with you guys just to let you know how even if somebody could show you the future, you still might not be able to trade the way you think you can. I used to get dreams when I was trading stocks. I used to get dreams from God where he would show me this morning, this stock is going up. And I'd go and watch the chart, and that's the stock that blows up for the day. He did it for me 3 days in a row. You know what happened? Every time I went to sit at the chart, I was still afraid to pull. Okay? I had other situations when I was first learning to trade and I was asking him for help. He gave me dreams where he would say, okay, today, CAD JPY. And I will one day share with you guys how these visions play out and how you understand them. It's pretty crazy. But long story short, he showed me like, yo, today CAD JPY is going up. So what I did is I woke up that morning. I was taking an FTMO trial to see if I could pass the challenge. And that day, that trade hit like a 1-9 or 1-8 from where I entered. Because I waited for my setup, entered, it shot up all the way on CAD JPY. So God has shown me in times past that like, this is what's going to happen next. And even with that, sometimes you're still afraid to pull, or you get into early, like things happen and because your psychology is not all the way up there, you can still mess it up. Now, does he show me anymore? No, because as I'm starting to learn to trade, you guys have to understand that if God tells me every day what's going to happen, I'm not a trader. I'm a signal follower. Okay? And when you pray to God and you ask God, for those of you who are religious or believe in God, correct me if I'm wrong. You ask God, you say, Lord, I want more wisdom. What ends up happening? More problems. Lord, I want more money. What ends up happening? Situations that push you to work harder. Lord, I need this. And all of a sudden the opposite comes. Why? Because God wants you to master the skill, the ability, the attitude, the character that's required to produce what you're asking him for. And we don't understand it. When we pray to God, we say, oh, God, bless me with money. And we're expecting God to send some guy to show up and be like, behold, I'll use Marcus. Behold, Marcus, my son, I am a messenger from the Lord. Here's the 10,000 pounds that you asked God for. That's not how it works. Or you ask God for a wife or a husband or whatever. If you're male or female on this chat, you ask God for a wife, let's say, right? And you're expecting God to open the sky and speak and say, behold, she is the one. And you're like, thank you, Lord. It doesn't work like that, man. God doesn't interfere with those processes too much, because if you don't naturally fall in love with a person, things are going to fall apart. He will lead you. He will give you hints, promptings, signs that show you that this person is the one you're looking for. But you must fall in love with the person, or else what will happen when things go wrong? You're going to go back to God and be like, oh, I thought you said she was the one. Look at her. Now she doesn't even cover her mouth when she coughs. She's disgusting. And you're going to start blaming God for every little thing. And it's not, nobody's perfect. No one is perfect. I've been with my wife. This November is going to be 10 years. I met her through revelation of God. I was praying for 1 year, asking God for help, revelation. And he started showing me things about it. He showed me what country she was from, what her birthday was, her height, a lot of different things. And when I met her, I still didn't know her because he never told me her name. But I had to fall in love. One day I'll share these stories with you guys on live, and we'll chop it up and we'll talk real deep stuff. But just understand, guys, that God is working on all of us. The reason why trading is so good for you is because it makes you a disciplined man or woman. And when you guys are said and done, you will be monsters in your countries, in your fields. There will be nobody like you guys, because the skills you've acquired, no one else can acquire. Do you know that research has shown that the worst type of traders are doctors and lawyers and people in high professions? Because they're not used to taking losses. They're not used to things that are out of their control. They're not used to environments where they can't simulate and understand what's going on. We are of a different breed. We go in the markets and get washed and we're back up the next day. This is who we are. We are a different breed. If you're a trader, bro, pat yourself on your shoulder, pump your chest and say, bro, I'm a different breed, because it's the truth. Not everybody can do this. My wife looks at this and says, bro, I don't know how the hell you can read this stuff. I have in-laws that are doctors and whatnot. They tried this. They lost lots of money and quit. Not us. We will be back every day. Why? The Bible says a righteous man falleth 7 times and 7 times he rises. He's not righteous because he doesn't sin. He's righteous because in his mindset he understands, I'm not staying on the ground. I'm not staying in the mud. When I fall down, I got to get back up, because my my rightful place is to be standing up. We are of that breed. We are cut from that cloth. We will go into the markets. We win some, we lose some, but we don't quit. That is what makes us special. So if you're a trader or you're on this journey, just understand, welcome to the club of the 1%. We are a different breed. Again, not trying to preach to guys, I apologize, but boy, sometimes I think about this stuff and I just gets me a little amped. Let's see, it's fine. I just refreshed. Wow, you are blessed. Thank you very much. Pray hard, work harder, the rest fall into place. Absolutely. I always knew I'm a different breed. Amen. Absolutely. You guys listen. Not everybody can do what you guys are doing. Not everyone. It's not a joke. You think that statistics of 90% failing is just for fun? The reason why people are failing is because 1, they give up, and 2, they never mastered themselves. Trading is about self-mastery. Because why? Let me give you an example. So remember I told you guys this point of interest is what we were marking up. I told Marcus, if he's still on here, that when price gets to this level on Bitcoin, right, this is where I'm anticipating price to go down. And guess what? That's where it's going down. I don't trade Bitcoin, but just from the analysis, that's what we learned. Okay, cool. Now, We might see this and say, oh my God, this is it. Let's hop in for a trade. Even though this could go down, I have no reason to get in. I have to be patient enough to wait for my setup, or at least disciplined enough to stay out the trade until my strategy, my rules, my system tells me you can hop in. This is trading. It's patience, discipline. It ain't got nothing. Somebody's going to enter this exact trade. Let's say if we could enter the trade, someone will enter this trade and risk $10 to make 20. Another person is going to risk 10K to make 20. Another person is going to risk 50K to make 100. We all have different accounts, but what keeps us all in the game is our discipline. We can all make money if we are disciplined. When it comes to business, if you don't know how to discipline yourself, you will never make any money, because business is just as brutal. It's not a joke. All right. So I'm saying all this to say, guys, you're a special breed. Don't look at it like you're losing. The amount of people who, when they lose money, fall into severe depression is no joke. You take these hits every day and come back, you're a different breed. All right. So getting back to the charts, I want to turn to MKH, BHD, or whatever of the charts, the preacher. Just want to be foreign money. You feel me? So let's continue where we left off. So this is what's going right now with Bitcoin. We're not actually in this trade, but we're just waiting for the setup to happen. If it does happen, we can trade. Is there any other trades or pairs you guys want me to analyze, or any other questions you guys have? Today is about you guys. I don't trade on Tuesday, so we're analyzing. Oh, somebody said crude oil. Is the person who mentioned crude oil, are you still in here? I think it might have been son of Basharov. I don't know if he's still in here, but if you're in here, bro, let me know. We'll look at crude oil. But yeah, everybody else is also welcome to drop some suggestions and stuff like that. Because in about, we'll see. Crude oil was one, if you still have time. Yeah, we still have a bit. I'll be leaving soon, but not too soon. Crude oil. So we'll do crude oil. Let's do. Bro, what's the thing for oil again? I know silver, gold, also. What's the thing for oil? Does anybody remember the symbol for oil? Let me see something. If I just type in crude oil, that's crude oil futures, US. Oh, WTI. That's what it was. WTI. Okay, cool. WTI. And someone said, the way you can be confident and the market just abuse you, you got to get up again. We in it together. Absolutely. We're going to win this together, bro. Some way, somehow. We're going to pass our challenges. We're going to make money. We're going to get funded. It's going to be fire. And I'm planning to do a little bit of something when I get to 1K. Maybe a little bit of a giveaway or something. I don't really like giveaways because people kind of ruined it on the internet. You know what I mean? They tell you, oh, buy 15 of my shirts and get a giveaway. That's not a giveaway. You know what I mean? Like, no, just give whatever you're giving away. So I'm going to do some from a giveaway. I don't know. It won't be nothing crazy. Maybe like $100 or a gift card or something, just to keep it simple. But I will give out something. Or maybe I'll buy somebody a challenge or something for the 1K giveaway. And this is not to incentivize you to subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, you're good. I'm just saying I appreciate everybody who's followed me so far and has shown love. So I'm thinking of doing something to give back to the community. Kind of moments of the live is putting all my trading habits into perspective. It's a zoned in situation when the market's live and play out. Yeah, bro. It's really crazy. You can practice all you want, but when it comes time to execute, that's when you have to have control over you. And I can't tell you, yesterday when I took the trade that lost, everything in me was screaming, don't take the trade. It's a losing trade. But I followed my strategy. My strategy said, you enter here. And I did. Because it's better for me to follow my plan and fail than to not follow it and make money, because then I'll build bad habits. I'll start entering when I feel like it, and that's not, you know what they say, hope is not a strategy. You can't go in with your feelings too much. Even though intuition is a thing, I try not to rely on intuition. All right, so let's go to crude oil. Crude oil. Can you try your pattern in gold? Yes, I can. I don't know what gold is saying. Let's have one of these open real quick just so we can take note of what's happening on Bitcoin. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set two reminders. One for price. Oops. Okay, that's one. And then I'm going to set another one for here, because any one of these two moves will tell me what to do and how to adapt. There we go. So that way we can come back to it. What was the person asking for again? Gold. Okay, yeah, let's do XAU USD. All right. So I would have to analyze that. So before I get to this, let me do crude oil first, because people have been asking for crude oil first. Then we'll try gold. Even if we have to backtest it just to try out the pattern, we will do that, okay? So crude oil, let's go to the weekly. Again, guys, I've said this over and over and over, but I'll say it again. Whenever I'm new to a pair, I get a big idea of what the pair moves like so I can understand. This kind of reminds me of gold, to be honest. But let's just do a quick analysis. So you can see here, price was kind of like consolidating. You know, it kind of jumped up a little bit, but for the most part, it was doing stuff like this, okay? Shot up, went down, up, down, eventually up here, down here, shot all the way up here. Came back, broke this structure, okay? Anytime you guys see that price goes all the way down, breaks the structure, when it goes back up, it's usually not continuing up. It's going up into some zone here, right? Eventually to go back down. So we have that, and then we have it going down again. So now it's broken these lows, but then it decided to break these highs. So we have a very interesting situation here. So now that it's broken these highs, it's broken this high and this high, we can actually anticipate that based on this, as much as in the short term we might be bearish, let's say, we're actually anticipating that price might actually be heading for a bullish run. So this gives me a good idea, okay? You can also draw basic support and resistance, nothing wrong with it. Don't let people clown you because they only trade smart money and they're like, oh, I trade with the big banks. Your stop loss is my entry. Ha 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 ha. Don't worry about all that, guys. Just trade whatever works for you, all right? So this is support and resistance. This gives you a good idea of what price has been reacting to. So it helps you to understand that if price is going to move, it's going to be from this level. All right, so now we can go to the 1 hour. We go to the 1 hour, what do we see? We see exactly that. We see that price has been going in this like channel, okay? Like this. You can maybe move this out a little bit if you want, but technically it broke out of here when it went here, but this was like a fake out. And then now it's broken above here and it's broken these highs. Now this area here could also be another area of support and resistance. And when you go to the left hand side, it's going to make me ruin this a little bit, but you can see there's quite a few touches in this zone, okay? And when you continue to go, you can see, look, all right? So this is a strong level regardless of what we think, all right? So now that we've had price break up to this high and it's coming down, we can see this is actually a good area where we can start looking at potential reversals, okay, to the upside. Now, where can we look? Initially, I would have said here before price started forming here and here. Okay, so let's use these two because price can still do something here. And price can also do something at this level because this is like right after the push. Okay, these are 1 hour gaps. All right, let's go down to the 15. On the 15-minute, we can see here price has, you know, kind of violated this gap. And the only gap that was kind of there to begin with was like you had this little one here. Well, I have to move this here like that. And then you had whatever was up there. So I'm not too worried about that. What I'm looking at is this one here actually coincides more like that. So I'm going to actually draw another gap here. And I'm going to change the color so that we can kind of be mindful of what's going on there and be ready when that hits. Okay. So for me personally, I am looking in these two zones here for a reversal. So if I get my pattern, all right, if I get my prices going down, up, down, and we get a break, I'm in. That's it. That's all. All right. So I'm going to quickly jump back to Bitcoin just to see because we got an alert. Oh, there you go. Bitcoin broke the low. Okay. So we are heading towards the downside. Now, this is not my particular pattern, but for the sake of this demonstration, let's see something. Price has gone now and broken this low. And even this short, like intermediate low was broken. So now I can retrace. I can, when price returns to this level, I can do something like this. Oh, shoot. Yeah, paper. Let's go into paper. All right, cool. That way I can take the trade. So if price comes back into this level, let's say. Now, I know some of you watching this are going to say, why don't you take a gap? I'll explain to you why. I usually, right, will try and get into the trade as soon as possible because with indices, sometimes price can just rip, like just completely run. It'll not even come back. So I try and get into the closest place, like the nearest spot possible. And then if price does pull back, I'll look for like another gap or another area. In this case, I'd probably wait for price to come back up to here. And this would be my next entry. So we would have 2 entries. Okay, first one, and guys, let me tell you something right now. No matter how bad it seems, always put your stop loss below or above a recent swing high and below a recent swing low. When you do stuff like this, you can get, or sorry, let me do this instead. When you do stuff like this, where your stops are here, you can get a much better risk to reward. But there's also a high chance price can literally wick you out because of this gap here, you know, and then go down. So I just always put it there to be safe. So now my trade would have to be this far down. And I know you're thinking, man, that's so far. It doesn't matter. When you're right about your trade, it'll happen. When you're right about your trade, it'll happen. The next spot is what? The next spot is here. Okay? So I would always enter 2 positions. That way, what will happen is one trade will be a 1 to 2. The other one will be a 1 to 5. That means I'm risking 0.05, okay, per position. And if I lose these 2 positions, I only still lose 1%, but I maximize how much I can make. If I say I'm going to wait till over here to get in, what will happen? There's a high chance price is not retracing that high. I'll miss the trade. So if I enter here, I can at least make 1%. And this is how I'm trading now. You know what I mean? So Bitcoin is just falling, guys. From that area that we marked up, look at what's happening. Bitcoin is literally just falling. Okay, so this is why it's good to do an analysis. I don't trade Bitcoin. You can ask Marcus. I don't trade Bitcoin at all. But just from that analysis, you can see that the area that we looked at to be the potential area to get into is the one where price is responding to the most. Okay, so let's go back to oil. So with oil now, we can see a little bit of activity, nothing too crazy. I'd have to see really strong momentum before I get into a trade. All right, so let me just hop out real quick to check out the comments. Hey man, thanks for the word. Kind of weird as I felt like it applied to me, but thanks as this has blessed me and just confirmed what I already knew. That is how I have a rule in my life. When people say, you know, God spoke to them about me, or they want to share what they visioned, the revelation, usually it's something that God has already shown me. If it's not, it usually turns out to be a lie because people miss, right? So I'm glad that it spoke to you and confirmed what you already knew. God bless you, and may God continue to keep you, brother. Candle Momentum said, I think it's also distractions that play a massive factor too. Oh, absolutely. That's why my office door is always locked. Always. Like when I'm in the zone, I try not to let anything distract me. Now, as I've kind of gotten used to this, there are times where I'm a little bit impatient, so I'll do other things. I'll look at like my analytics. I'll look at some other stats from my other business. I might even edit a video. I'll do all these things while, you know, I'm waiting for the trade to set up. It's not the best practice, but distractions is definitely one of the worst things for sure. Oil is heavily impacted by wars, which is true. That is absolutely true. Kevin said, your relationship with Prop for Match, seen you on their YouTube and how to get an interview. Saw the one with you and Marcus. Thanks. Thank you so much for supporting us everywhere, bro. I really appreciate you, Kevin. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the family. I hope you stay, man. Marcus said, oh no, Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin is falling, right? Like we marked up, exactly like how we marked up, Bitcoin is starting to fall. So if you guys were trading Bitcoin, again, we don't know if it's going to retrace or anything, but at least from here, if you had just put your stops, which you shouldn't, you should always wait for confirmation. But if you put your stops here and maybe even this, okay, let's say you just put it at this high, right? You would still be in a good position. Right now, where would you be? You'd still be at a 1 to 2. I take 1 to 2s. I'd be out the trade right now. Right? So really, really nice work. So yeah, that's it with oil. So oil right now, oh yeah, so I forgot to give my overall analysis. So for now, I'm bullish, okay? So for oil, I'm anticipating some sort of bullish, you know, reversal, something at one of these areas, and you know, probably enter from there to take it upwards. So that's my analysis. So we did Bitcoin today, we did gold, we did US30, NAS, SPX a little bit. We did Euro USD. And what else did we do? I don't know, but I guess we have to do gold now because somebody asked about gold. They wanted to see if my pattern will work. So let me just take a quick look at what we got going on here. Let me see if I can find a different gold pair that doesn't have so much on there. Yeah, this is better. Let's delete the drawings. And let's see. So yeah, gold, as you can see on the daily, gold is just in an uptrend a little bit, right? Kind of went down, but didn't break this low, went back up, right? Made a lower high, but then still a higher low. And the way we'll know this is a higher low is if price breaks this high. So right now, price is in the process of forming a higher high. We don't know yet if this will be a higher high or if it'll be another lower low because we need price to break this level. Once this level breaks, then we can confirm, okay, cool. Now we can get in for buys if we see the opportunity or not. As of right now, because we're scalpers, we're going to go down to, the areas that are most probable for us to get into and make some money. All right. So for example, this is it's like a nice gap next to the push. Oops, sorry. Next to the push. So this would be my first area of interest on the 1 hour. Okay. Because price has already mitigated all of these, I'm not really interested. I'd go down to the 15. Okay. Because we're technically moving sideways a little bit, but we're anticipating price might at least come back to all-time highs and break that. But as of right now, price was going up. Oops. I don't know why it does that. Price was going up, went down, went up a little bit, went down a little bit. And again, we're anticipating that price should break this. The reason why I think price will break this is because if price is retracing, it'll stop somewhere within these gaps, order blocks, whatever you want to call it, support or resistance, supply zones, and it'll do this. Okay, right now it still could because it's at the very top, right? So it could be using this, let's say, as a way to go down, but kind of highly unlikely. From the other pairs I trade, it's just coming down a little bit to shoot back up because price always needs a springboard before it goes up. So I'm going to go to the 15, and on the 15 minute, there's a couple that we can use. Okay, so we have over here on the 15, we have this one here, but price already mitigated that. Okay, doesn't mean it can't use it again, but we'll just keep this back here as a reminder. The next zone after that, because there is nothing really here, I'm actually looking at here now, like somewhere within here. Okay, this is my next zone here, and eventually this is the big one before the push. So these are the two best zones. And initially it's going to look like you're marking up so many zones, but it's important, guys. You got to wait to see what they do at each zone, and when your pattern shows up in that zone, you take the trade. That's it. That is all. That is all. So for gold, that's what I would do. Now, I know you said you wanted to see my pattern. So let's see. What time is it? Today's Tuesday. This happened Monday. Yeah, I only trade from 8 to 11. So there's no time frame where, let me put this back on real quick. See, over here, it came down to this area around the news time. I don't think it would have showed my pattern. Let's see. Okay, Bitcoin. Okay, so it looks like Bitcoins are chasing, I think. There we go. So, all right, so we've gotten to the first trade. All right, so technically, this is what I would do. If this were indices, I don't know how Bitcoin moves. Could absolutely ruin our lives from this point on, but that's okay. This is just as an example, okay? Took a trade like this yesterday. We ended up winning it, so that's fire. Put the stops there, and the TP, all of them are going to be down here. Okay. Whew. All right, let's go back to gold. So yeah, for gold, I don't see anywhere where my pattern could have kind of worked. So I would have to like go back and back test to show you. I think what I'll do, just so we can kind of stay on track with this live, is I'm gonna do another live, and that live we'll do some back testing together, and we'll do it on gold, and then on the other pairs that you guys want to see me back test on. All right, so let's take a look at US oil here. All right, so you can see around this area, price is starting to push up. Okay, now on indices, I can be so aggressive as to get in here. I know the pair so well, this is enough for me to get in. I'm going to hit 1 to 2. But with oil, I would never try it. But for the most part, what you guys actually want to wait for is a proper break of structure. At this point, price is kind of gone like this, okay? These are little like, these, I try not to count these because this is, at this point, this is like consolidation, okay? And then now we're doing this. So if you really wanted to look at it, that's how, like this is where we are. But because of the way it's formed, I'm not convinced. I want structure like this, where price gave us a proper up, down, up, down. That's what I want to see broken before I go into, not this little zigzag consolidation down here. Okay, but if you're aggressive enough, you can get in. All right, let me check the chat real quick. Have you also noticed it'll take a long time to go up to highs, but will rip down in minutes, seconds, or vice versa? Oh yeah, for sure. You guys, I'm telling you, price always just is looking for an area and a time to really just rip. That's just how it goes. A lot of the trades, one of the things that convinced me about my strategy is like when I was back testing, I got to a point where the places that I select, price would touch it and just floor, or it would tap it and just shoot up. And then I knew I was onto something, right? So these things are like, they're designed to do that. That's why you would see like NFP news, or you would see interest rates or Jerome Powell come to speak, And the second he gets on the screen, price is going through the roof. You're like, the man didn't even say good morning yet, right? And the charts are already going nuts. It's because it's already priced in. Okay, they already have the data and stuff before it's released to the world. They already know what's going on. So the people on the back end who understand how this game works, they're already in their positions. They're already doing what they've got to do. Okay, so it does happen like that, and it's by design. Yolma said, did you see how at Marcus Adrian gambled on the chart in the Discord yesterday? Yo, listen, in Marcus's defense, I've seen him do some flips. Okay, it's what he does. He's seen a lot of money before. He's made a good amount of money, so little money doesn't bother him. When he's in to win big. Okay, he can do the stuff, but this is what excites him. We had the conversation because he's like, bro, you and I trade so different. I'm like, yeah, I wish I could hold like you hold. He's like, well, I wish I was more systematic like you. But he loves to manage his trades, put in positions. People are different. As long as you make money, you good. Marcus says CPI tomorrow though. Yeah, I have the indicator here. Give me 1 second. Yeah, it says here. By the way, guys, if you guys want to know what these indicators are, let me know. But I have this so that I don't have to go on FX Factory and stuff and check the news. I've set it to red folder events only, so it tells me throughout the week what we're looking at. So for tomorrow, for example, we have CPI, and then on Thursday we have unemployment claims and things like that, right? So tomorrow is going to be an eventful day, and I'm back trading tomorrow, so that's going to be interesting. You'll say, Marcus Adrian, no, I saw an older video of yours. Okay, they're talking to each other. Okay, Bitcoin. Let's see what's going on with Bitcoin. All right, so you see that? Look at what Bitcoin is doing. Bitcoin came into this area and now is shooting towards the top. So now we're in both of these positions. Why is this all the way there? This should be, where was the second entry? Well, it just got hit, so I'm assuming it's somewhere like here. Okay, but anyways, we'll see what happens here. The way price is shooting upwards doesn't give me the most confidence, but again, just to illustrate to you guys what I would do if it were indices. Okay, I wouldn't take this setup with gold, with Bitcoin. Number one, I don't know Bitcoin yet. I haven't back tested. But two, even on indices, I don't like when price does this. When price consolidates, oh gosh, my fault, guys. Let me get rid of this. When price consolidates like this, oh my gosh, like this, okay, then gives us a little push, comes back, consolidates. I don't like it. Price is supposed to give you, especially when it's supposed to go your direction, it's supposed to give you some strong moves. Okay, that's when you know you're headed towards the right side. For me, that's what I would look for. But anyways, it doesn't matter. We're going to keep this open so you guys can see in real time how it plays out. And the reason why this doesn't matter either, let's say if I took this in real life, it doesn't matter because look at my risk to reward. Okay, I just need one more of these and I'll make back what I made and more. You see what I'm saying? So that's why, like, if risk management, psychology, a good strategy, and you're good. And when I say a good strategy, I don't mean a perfect strategy. I just mean a strategy that's good enough. Everybody wants the holy grail of trades that don't lose. There is no such thing. No such thing. Every time I say there's no such thing, you know what I'm reminded of? I'm reminded of when I was a kid. Shout out to my little brother. Oh, look. So oil is starting to make it towards the upside. Okay. So like I said, we could have gotten, I think we said at the break there for a 1 to 2. We'll keep that open, guys. This doesn't count as a trade. We're not going to, because this is in a sense like stolen valor. You're seeing it going up. That's why you're saying, oh, I would have entered here. Don't do that to yourself, guys. If you missed a trade, you missed a trade. Try and catch it before it happens. But I just want to use this as an example. Like if I did enter as aggressive, this is where we'd be. I'm still not convinced. This could be just a small retracement to come from somewhere here and go down, but we'll see what happens. But anyways, when I was a kid, I remember when my brother and I, we used to love Dragon Ball Z. And we had all their games. I used to buy all their games when we were in middle school and stuff. And at that time, we were waiting. Budokai Tenkaichi 2 just came out. Shout out. If anybody knows about Budokai Tenkaichi, you're an OG. That game is goated, okay? It's in the Hall of Fame. It's going down in the history books. Budokai Tenkaichi, that whole series was fire. Tenkaichi 2, Tenkaichi 3 were absolutely amazing. So Budokai Tenkaichi 2 just came out. And we went to the mall. We went to Yorkdale, and I asked him to ask the store clerk, at EB Games, like I think for you guys in the States it's GameStop, and I said, ask him when Budokai Tenkaichi 3 is coming out. And the guy looked at my brother with a straight face and said, "Boy, there is no such thing." And it crushed my little brother, right? Because all he had to say was, "I don't know when." He made it seem like such a thing would never exist in the history of time, right? So that's all I remember when I think of there's no such thing. But anyways, that was a little bit of a tangent. But anyways, yeah. So we've analyzed basically everything that you guys want me to analyze today. 11 o'clock is my cutoff time, so I'm probably gonna, let the live end there. But we've analyzed. If you guys have anything else you want to analyze, let me know. But back to what happened with my wife yesterday. So for those of you guys who don't know who was in the chat yesterday, I was talking to you guys about my wife's birthday. She's August born. So I have all these plans, right? I'm taking her we're going on a nice trip, very expensive trip, but a nice one. And one of the things I want to do, I bought her a car. I bought her a CLA, a Mercedes CLA last year. Wanted to buy her a Porsche this year because she wants an SUV now. I'm like, all right, cool. And I was explaining to you guys that I do my best to spoil my wife because we've been together almost 10 years. She's been with me when we were broke. My wife and I were almost homeless twice. We stood in a food line one time to get food at the food bank. It's been rough. Okay, we've had really rough days and she's never left me. She's always believed in every dream, everything, even though they didn't work out. She's believed in everything. And by God's grace, we're doing so much better now, right? So when I met my wife, I promised her I would give her the world. I'm like, listen, right now I ain't got much, but I got ideas, man. And I know I'm going somewhere and one day I'll give you a life you never dreamed of. That was the goal. And so we've been together almost 10 years. I try and spoil her. So yesterday I was telling you guys like, yo, listen, I kind of want some ideas. What do you guys think I should do for her birthday? We're already traveling. She wants a car. Should I get her a Porsche? Whatever. I'm like, yeah, maybe I want to get her a Porsche. She was in the chat the whole time. And I was telling you guys yesterday that like my wife doesn't have like any of my socials, right? So she's not going to find this out. She was on, bro. It's the worst thing. As soon as the live ended, I get a FaceTime from my wife. She's like, Porsche, huh? Porsche, right? That's what you do. I'm like, oh my God, bro. So now we're actually scheduled. I spoke with the dealer yesterday. We're actually scheduled today to go see the Porsche later on. Now I don't know what to do. I feel like just because of her, like blowing her own surprise, I almost want to switch the gift, but now she's watching. So you know what? When we make the Discord, this is what I'm going to do. We're going to make a Discord because I'm working on it right now. And then if I find a Discord, I'm going to ban her. So she doesn't hear what we're talking about because I need ideas, man. I'm trying to make it, special for her and stuff. She deserves the world. So that's what I'm doing. But yeah, I'm going to ban her if I have to ban her. So Marcus said, oh yes, horrible risk management. Oh, he's responding to the other comment. Thanks for your help, bro. When you next live, I'll go live again tomorrow. God willing. I'm trying to do this because, on YouTube, it's very difficult for me to make these videos because they're so graphic intense. I put a lot of time into the intros and the graphics and the videos, so it makes it hard. But I'm working with somebody right now who might potentially be helping me edit. So we'll see how that goes and I can be more consistent. But I'm trying to go live every day because first day I went live, a lot of you guys shared your feedback on how you're new, you want some form of guidance, you would love to do this, all that stuff. So I'm trying to go live every day for you guys. So tomorrow, God willing, we should be in here again around 9:30 to 10. All right. We should be in here. I might go a little bit earlier if a trade setup is happening and I can, because I'm trading multiple accounts, guys. The first day I went live to show you guys what happened with my trades, I had already taken trades on like 3 or 4 accounts. So when I have all these screens going, I can't even see what I'm doing on the live, right? But if I maybe don't take that many trades tomorrow, or take that trade on that many accounts tomorrow, I might go live a little earlier. Ilumi said girl knows. Girls know. Yeah, they just know, bro. They just know. I can't even get into that, man. She just always knows. Ari says, still here. What else in your plans? Okay, YouTube send me a notification. Listen to the end. Thank you for my pre-gift. All right. I don't understand the last purchase. Forgive me if I'm acting clueless. I don't. Your pre-gift, maybe a little bit more elaboration on that so I can also say, yeah, sure, you're welcome. But thank you for joining though, Ari. Ari Levias. If I said that incorrectly, spell it out phonetically for me so I can mention your name correctly. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. So right now, I'm trying to figure out what to do for her birthday. And yeah, that's that plan kind of got sus because I wanted to see her reaction when you get the car, you put a bow on it, you're like, open your eyes, like, oh, thank you, right? I'm not gonna get that. So we'll see what happens. When you guys get married, guys, enjoy every moment you can with your spouse. A lot of times in life, we take things for granted. When my father passed last year, I thank God that I tried to give him my all as a son, but all I could think about was the moments that I did not spend with him and the moments that I didn't do the little things he asked. Life is really fickle. So when you have loved ones in your life, cherish them, man. Be good to them as much as you can and show love and appreciation to them as much as you can because one day this will all be over. No matter what. Whether you believe in God or don't believe in God, you're going to close your eyes one day and this will end. So please show love to your loved ones. Oh my god, my wife is in the chat, guys. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, she's in the chat. She came with with an alias. Oh my god. I'm like, what do you mean pre-gift? I didn't give you nothing. Guys, what do I do? Should I block her? Should I block her? She always does this too. We're like 10 minutes away from ending the live. She ruined her own surprise. Why are you in here? Why are you in here? You're supposed to be looking over the other business. Like, why are you in here? We have other employees, so it works out. But damn. Wyra said go to Bali with your wife. Wyra, don't say nothing, bro. She's in here. She's in here. Everything you tell me, she's gonna know. Oh my god, bro. I gotta end this live soon, bro. Oh my gosh. Hello, chat. Thanks for showing the best man in the world love. Ah, thank you, babe. Oh man, I gotta, man. Guys, I gotta block her, bro. This is just crazy. This is just crazy, bro. Marcus, what do I do? Marcus, don't disappear. Is Marcus still here? I think Marcus is in a trade, to be quite honest with you. Whenever Marcus is in the chat, he's like active. When he's not, he's trading. So he's probably not here. Help me out, chat. What should I do? This trade right now is not looking great, but again, just a fake phantom trade that we were taking anyways. It's not going to affect us in any way. Let's look back at crude oil. Crude oil is moving kind of decent, not too bad. Oh man, this is crazy. This is super crazy. I love that idea, Bali. See what you started, Wyra? What am I supposed to do now? Oh, Marcus is here. Yeah, Marcus, help me out, dog. Please. Please, chat. Marcus. But yeah, so anyways, this live is going to come to an end pretty soon. So it won't even matter. I will accompany you in Bali. I am here. Oh, you're in Bali. That's nice. Let's look at, okay, maybe we can look at some things in Bali before we end the stream. Give me 1 second. Let me just switch cameras real quick. And I'm going to open 1 second. All right, let's switch here real quick. What is Marcus's strategy? Marcus, you want to talk a little bit about your strategy? I'll just type in resorts in Bali. All right. So far, it already looks beautiful. Let's do, I don't know. Let's just say from here to here. Let's do like a week. All right. 1 room, 2 travelers. Okay. I just got the notification that I think Bitcoin got taken out. There you go. So Bitcoin, that was a failing trade, guys. But you could have caught something from there. Again, don't trade Bitcoin, but at least we got the reaction we were looking for at the zone. At this point now, if I was in the trade and it closed, I'd probably just hop off the charts because it's 10:55. I don't trade past 11. But let's take a look at Bali real quick. Real quick. All right, let's see. Oh, wow, that looks beautiful. Sheesh. Maybe we should have gone to Bali. And it's only $1,200 per person. Right? Is that what it says? Including taxes and fees. Yeah. That's not bad at all. Yo, Bali is beautiful, bro. Look at that. Oh my goodness. So we've traveled. We travel a lot. I was telling Marcus, every week we're like in the States. We travel a lot. We went to LA, we went to Miami, we went to Curacao, went to St. Vincent, we went to Ghana, we've gone to a lot of places actually. We went to Cuba. So we're going to Dubai soon too. After this trip for her birthday, we're going to Dubai. So let's see here. Joining its trade with EMA, 14.89 price. Okay, so Wyra, help me out here. What's the best places to go? What's the best resorts and hotels? You know me said at Marcus Adrian. Okay, thanks. Why such weird EMAs? Must be special. Come with Marcus. Okay, Marcus, are you down? You down to go to Bali, bro? Marcus travels a lot too. Marcus, are you down? You down to go to Bali? Bali is beautiful though. Sheesh. Damn. What does that say? $54? Yo, is this real? Yo, Wire, is this real? Or is something wrong with this? Look at what it's showing for $54. There is no way that's real. I'll go there over this weekend. Oh my God. That's a beautiful hotel. $54. Damn. We went to Ethiopia as well. Shout out to Ethiopia. Ethiopia is beautiful. If you guys are just joining, all right, we already finished analyzing. I'm about to hop off in like a couple minutes. So I apologize if you came here for a real analysis. We're kind of just chopping it up at the end there. I do want to ask you guys a question though. If you guys are still here, what's the worst thing you guys have ever done for money? Now keep it PG. Okay. And if you offed anybody, don't even put it in the chat. But like, what's the worst you guys have had to do for money, or like, you know, the most desperate thing you've had to do for money, real quick before we kind of end this. Yeah, Marcus said Bali is nice, bro. Down for sure. It's cheap. Yeah, oh God, we got to make that a thing. That is beautiful. Great gyms, foods, etc. All that good stuff for sure. Come on, chat, real quick. Let's finish this off with a bang, bro. We're just chilling now, right? The charts are kind of done for. We did our analysis. We took our trades. Everything's kind of already done for. Nice place. What's the worst thing you guys have done for money? Worst job you had to do for money? Worst contract you've ever had for money? Like, have you guys ever had to do anything crazy? I'll share with you guys while I'm asking. I watched this video the other day where they asked this guy like, yo, what's the craziest thing you've ever done for money? He used to go around neighborhoods and look for those like missing posters for dogs. And what he realized is that it's a business. So he started stealing people's dogs and holding them until the reward would come out. That's crazy. I thought that was pretty funny. Hopefully none of you guys have done anything like that. That's crazy. Marcus said construction. Yeah, construction is very hard on the body. For sure. Pays well, but it's very taxing to the body for sure. I worked at this warehouse where we had to unload furniture, and I had to get there at 4 a.m. in the morning. Using Timo, 150 per invite, LMAO. Shout out to Bob. That's hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. Who else, guys? What else you guys done for money, bro? Don't pretend like we're all saints in here, man. We've all had our lows as we're about to have our highs if we haven't had already. Oh man, that is hilarious. Let me go to US 30 and all that stuff. Just see what the day was like while everybody's giving their opinion. That is hilarious. I'll teach you for meditation and for spiritual healing. Are you speaking to me, Wyra? Are you saying you're going to teach me meditation? Or is that what you did? You did like you were teaching people meditation and spiritual healing. Well, how did that go? Because that's quite the business in some places, man. That is funny. Funny. All right, guys. It's 11 a.m. I have a lot of work to do. I'm actually going to be doing a video later on with Marcus as well. In addition to all the other stuff I've got to do, all the things we got to do with the business. Bro, today's one of those busy days. So as much as I always enjoy spending time with you guys, I do have to kind of cut it short here. But tomorrow we should be going live around 9:30 to 10. So just kind of keep that in your Eastern Standard Time, people. Eastern Standard Time. So just kind of keep that in the back of your head that tomorrow you should see me around that time. With that being said, I love each and every one of you. Shout out to all of you guys for being here. And to my wife who was just creeping up in the chat and ruining her own birthday surprise, that's on you. With that being said, guys, love each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for watching, engaging. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace. Love you guys, man. Have a good one. See you guys later.